far as reps for guys, as far as how guys move? Because he was obviously working with the first team as a starter.
It's just next man up mentality, and we move on it from there. Because sometimes you're going to have receivers that get injured, and so the next guy up mentality. That's how we approach it.
Get it out of the way. Were you pleased, displeased with the way Corey had been performing so far in camp?
It's been addressed, and so my job here is to coach receivers. So, whomever they give me, that's what I do, and I coach them. So that's, unfortunately, I wish the best for them, and it all works out. But, I coach who's here.
What's Callaway done to really make this transition seem as seamless as it's been?
We have a long way to go, so it's not that seamless. So it's
for a guy who hasn't played.
Yes, hadn't played, and so there's some things we still need to work on, the details of it. Conceptually, when you get guys coming out of college, conceptual learning and learning the whole big picture. So Coach Haley does a good job with the offense, but it's concept driven, and so we just have to keep working at it. The little details, and that's all the young guys.
What kind of influence have you seen Jarvis having on Callaway?
It's good because it's first it's it's a toughness, determination, works hard, lead by example, and he will voice his opinion, and so in that way, he's been great for him. Just the maturation process to speed up, because you and I know when somebody's going through something and the other person hadn't, you can kind of guide them in those things. So he's doing a good job with that, and it's getting better every day.
I see him on the field communicating, just Antonio's unsure about something out there.
Yes. It has to. Communication rule the nation. I say that all the time. So we got to over-communicate. If we're both wrong, we're both right. So you have to be on the same page. So.
Damari Scott's a guy that's made a few plays out there. What do you like about him? What has he shown you so far?
He's very intriguing. A bunch of the younger guys. He's a guy who has a good football IQ. Played multiple positions, and so he's got a real good upside. So he's progressing well. But again, he's young. And then we're going to see coming up, you're going to have some one-on-one battles, and we'll see what happens.
Those guys don't always get a bunch of reps in practice, and they get to play more in these first couple preseason games. You got to talk to them about not putting too much pressure on themselves. When
Most definitely, and that's the big thing when the lights come up and come on, and the one-on-ones, because it's a me to you game. Go and get your blocks, things like that. You just got to stay in the moment, and you got to be uncomfortable in uncomfortable times. So just kind of the maturation process of putting stress on them here. So getting on them with little details. So now once they go to a game, the game comes easier to them.
What are some of the smaller things? We're going to see, okay, he had so many catches for so many yards. Maybe he has a shot to get the team. What are some of the smaller things that you look for that help towards that?
First of all, is alignment. For us being up and being alignment, because when you're a receiver, you don't want to tip off certain things by your alignment, because if you always do this, then you always do that. So defenses are real smart that way. And so alignment, and then it's just the technique, being where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to be, because the quarterback has to trust you to get to your spot. So it's all about being at your spot when the quarterback's ready, because the race is not between you and the DB, but per se, it's the race is between you and the D-line, how fast he can get to the quarterback. So that quarterback's got 5, 6, 7 people trying to knock his head off, so you got to get to your spot and make the quarterback feel comfortable.
You already answered this and just tell me, but it looked like yesterday you were spending a lot of time with Antonio at the line of scrimmage. Like, what are some of the things you're stressing with him right then?
Well, it's just he's moved over to a newer position, so just with the transition, so it happened real quick. And so just to make sure he's comfortable in that. So as you'll see now, I'm going to back up off of him. But that first day, you really want to ease the tension of what to do and how to do it. So it's just basically just, okay, what do you have? What's your split? What's your alignment? Okay, what's the play? Okay, no, run this. And then that's it. Just confirmation on what he's doing.
How often do you talk to Duke about wide receivers?
Little things. He's more of a guy who comes to me. Coach Kitchens coaches him. I don't coach Duke in that aspect, but he'll run individual routes with us. And he talks a lot with myself and Jarvis. And so he's a good addition for us, coming to this team for me and having him as a weapon and using him.
He's said that he kind of seeks that stuff out. Like,
he does.
He's not assigned that, but he wants to know everything.
And he knows everything.
Do you see that?
Yes, a high football IQ who knows everything's going on and what to do. And you may be coaching the receiver, but he's listening. Yeah. Like he's a guy who's always listening and soaking it up.
What have you thought of Rashard's camp so far?
It's progressing well each and every day. like I said, watching the tape last year, I knew he did some good things, and so I was excited to see that. But again, we're going to telltale coming up this week and see what happens. But I've been pleased so far with what he's doing.
He's got a good connection with Baker and obviously Jarvis with Tyrod. Can you help them build that, or is that something they kind of do on their own?
You have to do it on their own. So again, the quarterback's always going to be comfortable with certain guys, and so you just have to, cultivate that relationship. And so Rashard's been around, so he knows what he's doing.
How much do you kind of weigh what we see out here every day versus what we're going to start seeing now in games?
It's the same because, like Coach Haley says, we don't want guys that's up and down. We want guys who just kind of in the middle and the same guy every day, making plays, being consistent. So we like consistent guys. And so here, it practice. Play like you practice. So here we put a lot of stress and a lot of tension on them to practice well. So now the games are easy. So again, the other point, they still have to do it when the lights come on.